Hello guys, I'm with my favorite president, the best president of all time.
Donald Trump, he gets to hang out with young and have 50 different wives and just...
Samuel L. Jackson on Trump. I've never been on that.
Nicki Minaj is getting dragged and clowned left and right. And honestly, she brought this on herself. Everybody is coming for her from all sides. And the latest person to throw shade is none other than Samuel L. Jackson. And you already know he is not holding back. According to Samuel, Nicki has no idea what she's walking into. He's basically saying she's clueless, completely unaware that Trump and the MAGA crew are using her for their own agenda. They're literally laughing at her, not with her, and she can't even see it. It's one thing to be in the spotlight. It's another to be played in front of the world. And Samuel's saying Nicki needs to wake up before it's too late. First of all, let me be clear. Samuel L. Jackson has never been a Trump supporter. This man has been outspoken about Trump for years. He publicly criticized him, called out his policies, and even used some choice words to make his feelings known. You know how Samuel does. In fact, he publicly encouraged people to refer to Trump as a mother effer. After Representative Rashida Tlaib called Trump MFer and said he should be impeached, Samuel hopped on social media to show his support to Representative Tlaib and wrote, "Rashida Tlaib, I just want to wholeheartedly endorse your use of and clarity of purpose when declaring your mother effing goal last week. Calling that mother effer a mother effer is not an issue. Calling that mother effer president is." And then Samuel added the hashtag mother effer is too good to waste on that canker sore. Samuel has also publicly criticized Trump's actions and policies in interviews, saying things like, "This MFer is like ruining the planet." As for all his fellow celebrities who are staying quiet, Samuel said, "If you're not saying anything, then you're complicit." And then more recently, when some black celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Nelly, and now Nicki Minaj started jumping on the Trump train, Samuel was asked in an interview for the Daily Beast if his opinion on Trump's presidency had changed, and he made it crystal clear that he still sees Trump as the absolute worst. As for black celebs endorsing him, according to Samuel, they're either cowards or bootlickers who would literally do anything for a check. Samuel said, "When I grew up in segregation, I knew which white people didn't want to be bothered with me, and I knew how they felt about me. When I see Trump, I see the same rednecks I saw when I was growing up, who tried to keep me in my place. That's what the Republican Party is to me. They're doing it to young people, gay people. They don't care who you are. If you're not them, you're the enemy." And that's really the saddest part about Nicki Minaj going full MAGA. Samuel Jackson literally spelled it out. Those Republicans she's aligning herself with, they don't even like her. They don't care about her. They don't see her as an ally, a friend, or even someone worth respecting. The second she's no longer useful as a token black female conservative, she'll be thrown under the bus in a heartbeat. They don't need her loyalty. They need the optics. Nicki is acting like she's making power moves, when in reality, she's being used. She's that person in the room everyone is laughing at. During a recent Trump account summit in Washington, D.C., Trump made a jab about Nicki's financial situation, and all those white men sitting around her were literally laughing at her, not with her. Meanwhile, Nicki was laughing along, thinking she was in on the joke.
And Nicki makes a lot of cash. Not as much as Michael Dell, not quite. Not as much, but that's okay. But Nicki makes
Is this entire situation going all the way over Nicki Minaj's brain and her spidey senses as the whole room just laughed at her and she thinks they're laughing with her?
It's like Nicki really has no clue that everyone in that room sees her as nothing more than a prop and a token. And let's not forget that those same Republicans Nicki is now out here grifting for were openly hating on her back when she was anti-Trump. Take Charlie Kirk, for example. This guy used to drag Nicki all the time, calling her a bad influence on girls.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role
influences?
models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls.
But fast forward to now, and Nicki is out here cozying up to Erica Kirk and spreading the most insane MAGA talking points. Think about it like this. Has a conservative white woman ever lectured white girls to stop making black girls feel insecure about being black? Exactly. Never. And yet, that's exactly what Nicki is doing right now. During her appearance at AmFest with Erica Kirk, she literally went on about how black girls aren't respecting blonde, blue-eyed white girls, and how white girls are the victims because their looks are being downplayed.
That we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty. If we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women?
Amen.
Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty.
And let's just stop for a second and think about how insane this is. Because when in the history of the United States has the beauty of blonde hair, blue-eyed women ever been downplayed or disrespected? That standard of beauty has been worshipped, celebrated, and held up as the ideal for decades. And now Nicki is out here acting like white girls are somehow oppressed or underappreciated for their looks. But then again, it doesn't seem like Nicki is allergic to embarrassment, because literally everything she's done lately has been one long humiliation ritual.
Dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president.
It's honestly hard to even tell what's going on with Nicki at this point, because we all remember when she was openly anti-Trump, calling him evil and dragging his immigration policies. But fast forward to now, and it's a complete 180. Not only is Nicki sucking up to Trump, but she's sucking up to everybody around him. Just the other day, she was on X congratulating Trump advisor Alex Bruzewicz on getting married, and wrote, "Congratulations to my dear friend Alex Bruzewicz and his beautiful wife Carolina on getting married today." My dear friend? Seriously? Let's be real. Nicki probably didn't even know who this man was 5 minutes ago, and now she's praising every random MAGA figure and claiming they're all her friends. By the way, the same Alex Bruzewicz that Nicki claims as his dear friend has been openly made weird statements for years. Bruzewicz is the one who hired a comedian who called Puerto Pico a floating island of garbage. And let's not forget that Nicki's from Trinidad and Tobago, so does she really think these MAGA folks actually respect her? We all know exactly how they feel about her behind closed doors. Just like Samuel L. Jackson said in that interview, "When I see Trump, I see the same rednecks I saw when I was growing up who tried to keep me in my place." But clearly, Nicki refuses to see this. Instead, she's out here auditioning for approval from people who wouldn't shed a tear if she vanished tomorrow. So is Nicki just uninformed or ignorant about the political game, and she can't see that the MAGA crowd hates her? But if that were true, how do we explain her anti-Trump stance during his first presidency? She was publicly criticizing him as recently as 2020, calling out his policies and behavior. That doesn't sound like someone completely unaware, so something clearly changed. Now, some people are speculating that Nicki compromised in some way and that MAGA has leverage over her. It could even be tied to her husband and brother, who are both convicted rapists. One is on the ex-offenders registry and has to actively maintain his registration for life. The other is serving 25 to life after being found guilty of the most foul crime against his stepdaughter.
Dave, Jelani Mirage showed no emotion as the verdict was read. He was found guilty, as you mentioned, of predatory sexual assault against a child. He's facing 25 years to life in prison. In the moments before the verdict, Jelani Mirage's attorney says Mirage felt confident that he would be acquitted of all charges. But minutes later, Mirage's mother, Carol, walked out of the courtroom alone with only their attorney. Prosecutors say Mirage in 2015 repeatedly had with his then 11-year-old stepdaughter. They say he threatened the girl if she didn't comply.
So knowing who Nicki's family is and who she picked as the father of her child, maybe it's not that surprising she identifies with the MAGA crowd now. Or maybe she's just desperate for relevance and attention. She hasn't had a major hit in years, and aligning with Trump and his circle guarantees visibility. Either way, whether it's ignorance, coercion, or desperation, Nicki made her choice. And as far as her fans are concerned, there's no coming back from this. One former fan said, "I don't want to hear it when that man is out of office and she tries to do a 180 and get her audience back. Grifting is not a sustainable career choice." And someone else wrote, "This is really the end of Nicki Minaj's career. There's no coming back from this. RIP to the queen of rap." But let's hear your theories on all this. What do you think is really going on with Nicki? How does someone go from publicly hating Trump to going full MAGA? Do you agree with Samuel L. Jackson that Nicki can't even see that those Republicans would throw her under the bus in a second? And is this about desperation for relevance, pressure because of her husband and brother, or is Nicki finally showing her true face? Drop all your thoughts below in the comment section and stay tuned for the next video.